How much do you make from a liver?
15 G's. I'm pretty sure you need your liver though. So you can't technically sell it.
Can't you give some of it because the liver will like grow on its own or something like that? Isn't that how it is?
I don't know. I know there's something that you have 2 of.
That's
Maybe
kidney.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe you can sell your kidney. Yeah, I highly doubt you can sell your liver. I highly doubt you can sell part of it.
If you get money for it, it is organ sale and not donation. You can get a jail sentence and fine for offering.
Exactly. Which organs can I live without? Selling your organs is illegal in the United States. Okay. Or a portion of their liver.
You can donate part of your liver. I know that.
A lung, some of your intestines, and an eyeball. Oh.
How much can you
This
make
is
from
dark.
an eyeball?
You can't. You have to donate it. You can't sell it.
Wait, it's okay. Hold on. You can sell certain parts of your body, but you can't sell other parts of your body?
So you can sell your hair. You can sell your nail clippings. It's probably about it, though. Oh, you could probably sell your urine. That might be illegal, though. Yeah, those are just like waste products. It's not an actual organ. You probably can't sell your skin.
You can't sell your skin?
I doubt it. It just keeps popping up the same stuff. People will pay hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars for certain body parts.
Dude.
With the exception of selling ad space on your skin. Oh my gosh. Ad space on your skin?
Okay, this person says, I'm in desperate need of money and I'm thinking of selling my kidney. Is that a real option or just crazy? Like,
That might be my wife.
what is this person, like, homeless at a library? Like, you gotta
Probably.
be, like, that's crazy.
Not in today's world. So anyways, welcome to Twilight Noobs.
What a great introduction. Talking about selling body parts.
Okay, that won't be our introduction. Here's our introduction. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Twilight Noobs. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh Twilight Noobs. We're back. We're back, and we didn't ever want to come back, but we're back.
And better
Back
than
because-
ever.
No, we're not better than ever. That's a lie. Take that back. Nobody believes it. This guy over here thinking we actually improve. Nah, but we're back. That's about it. That's all we can really say about that. It's not like we're getting any extra reviews or anything anymore.
I think we maxed out. I think,
I think we're done.
Our
We've
growth,
hit the peak.
Our peak is just done.
We're at the Everest. We're at the point of no return where we've started the second book. We're halfway through it. We have to finish it. And then we're going to have to read the next book. And is there another book after that?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Just to complete this for all the people that are still listening. It's not like anybody else is going to come, though. This is it.
Yeah, but
This is the following.
we got the loyal listeners here.
Loyal listeners. No, I'm just kidding. We're very grateful that you guys listen. I am. Maybe Pasty. I mean, what's his face? Jason isn't. Who knows about that guy? That guy's over here just trying to sell his kidney and eyeball and stuff. It's all weird.
Which is frustrating. Okay. I can understand not selling like some of your liver, you know, I get that.
You
But-
can understand that.
But an eyeball?
Okay.
Like, I think you should be able to sell an eyeball.
Okay, well, let's look at it ethically. Are you hurting anybody by selling your eyeball?
Like, you lose a little bit, you know, of depth
Not
perception,
you, but somebody else. Are you hurting anybody else besides yourself?
No.
You're not?
Yeah, how would you
Okay.
hurt someone with an eyeball? You're helping someone.
This is true.
Say this person has two, like, they have no eyes, or both of their eyes are, like, they're blind, and there's there's a procedure where you can give them one of your good eyes, and then they can see at least out of just one eyeball. You know what I mean? Like, I feel
Okay.
like I don't see anything wrong with that, you know, and you can make money from that.
You can make money from that. But would you feel good about it?
Yeah,
Would
you're helping someone
Deep
out.
inside, would you feel good about taking money for doing something that should be quite selfless? I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I'm never going to do it. Doesn't even matter.
Part of your liver can be like dangerous, so like I can get that, and you only have the one.
What do you mean? Dangerous? Like dangerous to keep?
No, like dangerous to the procedure to give,
Oh.
like, you know what I mean. And
Okay.
an
I thought you meant
eyeball,
like part of your liver was toxic or something.
an eyeball. I don't
Can't
think
donate part of it.
is that a dangerous procedure. I
No, you can
wouldn't
pop it
s-
out with a spoon and you won't die.
That's a
I
great
think.
mental image.
Yes. You know what else is a great mental image? Victoria.
Wait, what? What are you trying to say? You think she hot or
Great.
something?
Oh no, I was just
What-
gonna start getting to the point where it's like she's scraping her nails on the window while Bella's sleeping. I was so stoked when she said Victoria. I was like, oh, did she see Victoria?
I called it though. I'm pretty sure I called it Jacob last time. That was at the window. But I said
Did you?
I said my gut wants
What
to
did I
say
say?
Mike. That's what I said. I said my gut wants to say Mike, but I'm pretty sure it's Jacob. I don't remember what you said. You said nails. So I think you said Jessica because you're like it's nails. Like, I'm pretty sure you said Jessica.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe I said it was Alice. Nah, that'd be weird. I don't know. Don't
like-
even matter.
I feel like Alice would just be in the room. She wouldn't bother just like scratching the window. Like she's so
Really?
fast and stuff that she would be able to open
She might
the
knock on
window.
the door. She might just say hi to Charlie first.
Yeah, she would totally say hi to Charlie first. Like,
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie.
Hello, Chucky.
All right. We're going to be going chapters 12 and 13 today. These chapters aren't as long, which is I think these chapters are an appropriate length. I think this is how long chapters should be.
Not so much flipping.
If we remember last time, basically Jacob and Bella got in that fight. Jacob's like, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Peace out.
You suck.
And the end of the chapter, basically, we get someone is scratching at Bella's window, and Bella thinks she's about to die. That's basically
Pretty much.
where we're at. So let's just get into it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is that okay with you? Can I get your permission to start this thing?
You have your captain's permission. Proceed to runway 5.
Yes, Captain Eric. Ayo. All right.
Ayo.
I don't know.
Ayo.
Don't private say that to their captains.
Hold on
Ayo.
a second. Is that what- they do now. Oh yeah.
Private, give me 20 push-ups. Ayo. And then they
Ayo.
proceed to do the push-ups.
But you were just proceeding to runway 5. You didn't have to do any push-ups. This guy.
It's more of a saying yes. It's like a yes, but in a
Aye.
very respectful.
I think you're trying to say aye.
Aye, Captain. No,
Yeah.
ayo, Captain.
Ayo, captain. No, it's definitely not No, it's definitely not AI. Aye. It's Ayo now, forever. We'll have to trademark that. Ooh, every vowel mixed up. UI.
Sometimes why?
Sometimes why?
Right.
Only on special occasions.
I am special. Chapter
I'll say.
12, Intruder. My eyes flew wide open with fright. Though I was so exhausted and muddled that I was not yet positive whether I was awake or asleep. Something scratched
never had that
against
happen.
my window. Yeah. So, a huge dark shape was on the other side of the glass. Bella thinks it's Victoria. She's come for me. I'm dead. Yep.
I'm screwed.
Yep. Okay, hold on. If... Okay, you don't really have much of a chance against a vampire, but, like...
No.
Are you really going to just, like, sit there and just be like, alright, just kill me now? Like, you're not going to go down with the fight? Like,
She's consciously, like, trying to not make a big mess of it, just in hopes that she won't go after Chuck afterwards.
I'm just wondering if... With the best defense, like, you pretty much are screwed either way, but would the best defense maybe be, like a torch of fire? Because I know, like, the only way to kill them is to, like, break them, like, rip them apart, and then throw them in the fire.
Right.
So at least fire
you could blowtorch them to death.
that would definitely slow them down. Even if it doesn't kill them, it's got to slow them down at least. Like, because if they heal really quickly, is that what happens?
But what is she
What
packing?
happens?
But what would she use to burn a vampire? Like, in her house or in her bedroom? Let's just say she didn't plan on a vampire going in her room, and she has to think on her feet. What's in her room that can set a vampire on fire or try to, like, kill a vampire?
Or wouldn't, like,
Shouldn't
a
have
chainsaw? Wouldn't a chainsaw work really well?
Not in her case, because the vampire would just, like, move around her like Superman. Just be like, phew.
Yeah, but,
Wouldn't
like,
even care.
you know how you're like, okay, I have this chainsaw in front of me. They're probably going to do something and then get behind me really quick. So, like, I would just go really
Start
quick.
swinging it around.
Start swinging it around or something. Hope I get lucky.
I really don't think it would work. No. Would never get lucky.
Shoot. All right.
They're too fast, man. They're too fast.
All right. So she thinks she's dead, and then we get a hiss. Bella. Open the window. Ouch. So,
no.
we find out that it is, in fact, Jacob. He is on top of the tree, and he's outside the window, and he's like, I'm trying to keep my promise. So, we find out
I'm gonna monkey bar my way into your room.
We find out that Jacob isn't a total loser. He was just trying to just say those things probably in front of his guys. I know that they like walked away and like talked privately and stuff, but maybe they can hear super well or something. I don't know, but
they are dogs.
Yeah, I know. Like later on, we kind of get into
woof, woof.
what werewolves can do, their powers and stuff. We'll get into that, but
they don't have powers.
They kind of do. Like, okay, first off, they can transform into a werewolf. That's a power. Second, they can read each other's minds while they're werewolves. So, like, they don't. That's the way they communicate. They don't talk. They just can. They talk inside their minds.
They're like ETs.
Yep. So, basically, he gets into the room with an interesting swing jump, lands on the balls
Definitely
of his
not
feet.
Olympic. Yep.
But he does manage to do it with a low thud. They are maybe thinking that Charlie is gonna wake up to this, but he does not, because Charlie is he's a heavy sleeper and just doesn't really. Can I help
Doesn't
you?
really what? Oh.
Zoe?
I thought I heard something funny.
Thank you. Are you going to take this with you? Okay. All right. Go upstairs.
Nice.
All right. Edit mark. 14 minutes and 40-second mark around there.
There you go.
Great. Zoe, can you go upstairs?
Wait, did you actually find an edit mark?
No. I'm
Multi-tool. Draw tool. Timeline actions disabled during recording. Oh.
I'll just...
Yeah, you have to make notes.
Sent you a text. Okay. Alright, so let's go upstairs. What?
What?
Oh, okay, that was weird.
You're telling me.
Okay. So, let's get back into it.
Talking about him landing in, making a loud sound. Chuck didn't wake up because he's snoring. Heavy sleeper.
So we find out that Bella has cried herself to sleep over Jacob.
What?
She says that I'd cried myself to sleep over this boy. So
She's getting attached again. Silly Bella.
I really just think that Bella is
A
needs to go.
nutcase.
She really does need to go see someone. I'm sorry, but like, she broke up with her boyfriend, okay, in high school, and she freaking has night terrors because of it.
And she wakes up screaming every night.
And she wakes up screaming. Like, I'm sorry, but like, how can you say that this girl does not have some mental issues right now? You can't.
You know what's funny though? I was thinking about that, and there's like this like Boy That Cried Wolf setup that Stephanie Meyer is doing. Like one night she's gonna wake up screaming, and Charlie isn't gonna come, but he really should. You know.
I'm really surprised that Charlie hasn't forced her to go see someone. I'm sorry, but if you're like, you know, someone's dad and you're hearing your daughter freaking scream every morning as she's waking up, like, something's gotta happen. You can't just let this, like, he's just like, oh, it will pass. See you later. It hasn't passed, like, for months, so I don't know. I personally think that Stephanie Meyer has made this whole situation way over dramatic. I think that
Right.
I really don't think that someone is going to continually have nightmares and stuff like that because they broke up with someone. I'm sorry,
You
but
would
I really
hope
don't.
not.
I think
Right.
I can totally understand for a little bit having nightmares
week.
about what happened with James, how you almost just died. Like, I can get that. I could understand if the nightmares were James freaking stomping on your leg and biting your hand and stuff. Like, I can, you know what I
Breaking
mean?
it off.
I could understand something like that, but her nightmares are always her in a forest, and she either sees Edward or Jacob or Sam or like stuff like this, and it's so weird. I don't get it.
It's out of control, man.
Like, something needs to happen. Like, she needs to go and see someone. She needs to, like, I wouldn't, if I was Bella, I don't want to keep doing this every night. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep having nightmares. I would want to, you know, fix it somehow, because
Right.
that
That's
would
why
be
you're
the
different,
worst
though.
experience.
You know how to move on. She obviously has no idea how to heal herself. She doesn't know what to look for. She doesn't know she has no good outlet. Nothing. And she's fine with that, apparently, because she just sits and mopes around for months doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, realizing that it's not changing and her situation isn't developing at all. It's just in the exact same state the whole time.
She does
Yeah,
it to
she is-
herself, to be honest.
She's pretty dumb.
She does it
Yep.
to herself, because if you remember, there's a stretch where she stops having nightmares when she starts hanging out with, like, Jacob and other stuff. So
Yep.
if she's, and then she doesn't try to make other friends. She holds on to this one person, and like Edward, she held on to him. You know, he left for a few months, and she starts having nightmares. And then she holds on to one person, Jacob, stops having nightmares, and then has them again. Like, she shouldn't she be like, you know what? Like, I need people in my life. Like, I need to bond with people, and that really helps me grow, and it helps me stop having nightmares. You think that, like, 2 and 2 would click together and be like, all right,
Yeah, you would think that.
like,
Not the case here.
this is not healthy. That's what I would say. Like, this is not healthy. I need to do something about it.
Right.
There's got to be a point. I don't know.
Gotta fix it. Not in this
So,
book.
So,
But here's the funny thing. He's not wearing a shirt.
yeah, I was like just getting into that. That's so funny.
So appropriate.
So Jacob's
Jump
like,
in
hey.
a girl's room, no shirt.
Dude.
Sup, babe?
He's like, I'm ready to go.
Go where? Go where, Jacob?
Swimming.
Take me.
I guess.
Take me with you. Swimming? At this night and hour?
I came to
I think
apologize.
she'd say that.
Bella says, I don't accept. And this is where we find out, yeah, he's not wearing a shirt, but his skin was burning hot.
Hat?
And we realize that.
Hat.
So when he jumps into the room, I think it's really funny that she says, and it made me uncomfortable to have my hands on his bare chest. So,
Duh.
you know, like
You
the
would hope
moment
so.
where like for instance, like in Captain America, where he like transforms into his like ripped, shredded self, and then the girl like touches his like chest, whatever, and it's like, okay, like this girl is obviously just wants some of this action. It's like with Bella.
Bonkers.
She's like, oh man, this guy's like ripped. Why do I still have my hands on his chest? But she like even like says it. Like it's Bella.
It's weird.
You want Jacob. Just accept it. So he's like burning hot, but he doesn't appear to be sick. Like it doesn't appear to the fever to continue on or something.
Right. He didn't look sick. He looked huge.
He looked swole.
He was jacked.
6'5" and being jacked? Yeah. Okay. That would be, yeah. All right.
It's Batman right there.
No way Batman's 6'5".
How ironic. Robert Pattinson will be the Batman. Now we're talking about Batman again.
No.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if they got Jacob to be the Joker or something?
That would be awesome. Or
That'd
Robin.
be hilarious. Oh, dude. That'd be hilarious.
He'd be like
They
a
should do it as
chunky
a
Robin,
spin-off.
though. Have you seen Taylor Lautner lately?
I don't know.
He's
I
a
think
little.
you showed me a picture of him.
He's a
Right?
little
He's super
chub-chub.
fat now.
Got a little chub going on.
Yeah, all those millions of dollars are getting invested in Hostess.
So he's basically here to apologize to Bella. That whole fight that they had, I think it was more just a show, and now he's coming in the middle of the night being like, hey, like, I'm sorry, can you please, I'm trying to make good on my word, I promise I would never hurt you, like, let's just be friends again, type of thing. Bella's like, no, not happening. So we find out that apparently he has this huge secret, and that's why he's been acting weird for the last couple weeks. He can't really tell her about it.
But he knows that she had a secret, and he's trying to like explain to her, like, look, you have the exact same secret, basically. Come on.
Yeah, come on. We all know Edward as a bloodsucker, which
Right.
is what
A dirty bloodsucker.
Yeah.
Jacob the Wraithist.
Can you understand that I might have the same kind of situation? Sometimes loyalty gets in the way of what you want to do. Sometimes it's not your secret to tell. So there's a huge secret. There's loyalty going on. And it's with Sam. His whole opinion of Sam has changed. I think he says something like he's a cool guy or something. I can't remember the exact quote, but
That sounds about right to me.
he says something like cool something.
Yeah,
I
like,
can't remember.
he's a nice guy. Whatever.
So then Jacob kind of goes into this whole thing like, I think I can see a way to make this work out because you know this, Bella. I can't tell you, but if you guessed it, that would let me off the hook, right? So he can't tell Bella what is going on, what's wrong, what's the secret. But apparently in the past, Jacob has already told her everything she needs to know in order to know the secret. And Bella's like, what? Like, you want me to guess? Like, I don't know. He gives him like, he gives her the biggest clues too. Like, you remember the first day we met on the beach? Like, we talked about certain things on the beach. Like, he is really pushing this.
Given all the buttons to push.
all she remembers is the rabbit, Jacob's car that he was building at the time. She remembers that there were scary stories, like legends, but she doesn't remember what the legends were about, which is so weird because she Google searched vampires after the stories. Like she went back to her house and was like Googling like vampires and all this stuff. So she only half listened to the legend, apparently. She didn't listen to the other part of it.
Well, I think what happened was she was focused on the vampire part. She didn't remember recall the other half of the story. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Because she already knew, or she had her suspicions about Edward being a vampire. So when he said bloodsucker, she was like, oh, and then it clicked. So obviously she wasn't paying quite that much attention to the Quillette story.
It'd been funny if he was like, oh yeah, and these pale bloodsuckers, they came out of nowhere, and then Bella was just like, oh, bloodsuckers, oh, maybe that's what they are. And as she's like thinking about this, Jacob's like, oh, by the way, I'm a werewolf. And then he just keeps going on about something else. So
right. All discreet.
Jacob just keeps reassuring her, like, hey, you know this.
You got this, Bella.
You can get this. Bella is just exhausted. She's can't really think straight right now. They make a little, not like a deal, I guess you could say. He goes on to say, hey, come to my place in the morning if you find out like what the secret is, and we'll talk about it and all this stuff. If you don't,
or better yet, call me.
If you don't want anything to do with me, I can understand. Call me and just basically tell me that type of thing. She's like, why would I not? Like, why would I have nothing? Like, why would I want anything to do with you? Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm confused, Jacob.
So confused. And he goes on and say, like, no, like, I'm in this for life, a life sentence. This is something bigger than kind of what you realize right now. But it's just a lot of like, you know my secret. It's all this Edward thing again, like the first book where, I don't know, the first book was like a huge development story for Edward and Bella. We got a lot of, details and all this stuff. This book has all been about Jacob and Bella, and like his secret. So I don't know. It's kind of like the same book. We're just getting a different dude and a different secret at this point.
You know what's weird? Jacob didn't even have a secret until like a week ago.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the weirdest part about it. Because he didn't even have anything to protect. He was all open. He's like, whatever. Indian legends are lame. Let's build my car. Let's build your bikes.
I feel like
now all of a sudden he's like, no, Bella, don't talk bad about my friends. Me.
I feel like they should have handled the situation so much better. Like the last 2 weeks, Jacob didn't even call her. Like, he was blowing her off. All this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it just be easier to, like, pretend like everything was the same? You know what I mean? That way no one gets suspicious. No one's, like, peeking around. No one's calling you every day. No one's, like, showing up at your house and trying to figure out what's going on. Like, if they just, like, hey, he's sick. Like, you can, you know what I mean? Like, you can come and visit, like, I don't know, certain hours or something. I don't know. Like, just, like, try to play it cool. Like, this, like, they didn't play this cool at all. Like, it was, like, the most obvious thing that something was up. I don't know. Like, anyone could have seen that something was going on.
Right.
So,
yeah, they're done.
If you would have just played this, like, okay, yeah, he was sick, and then, like, hey, I know it's, like, dangerous, I guess, because he can just, like, change if he gets, like, super mad. He's like, what, the Hulk or something? I didn't really get that part. But, I don't know. I just think this could have been so much better dealt with. Just so Bella's not all like, what's going on?
Completely clueless to obvious situations. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh yeah, and then Jacob called Sam incredibly cool, by the way.
Oh, incredibly cool. Yeah.
Incredibly cool. Apparently the other two guys are cool too. Paul and Jared.
With the name like Paul and Jared, you gotta be the coolest people in the world.
Yeah. The only guy that they're missing is Brett. Brett's a cool guy too.
Brett.
Everybody likes Brett.
He then is proceeding to leave Bella's room. And don't be an idiot, Jake. You'll break your leg. Use the door. He's like, I won't get hurt. And
I forgot about that.
He then takes Bella's hand and suddenly yanks her too roughly right off the bed. So I thudded against his chest. His rock hard chest. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Can't breathe. And I don't know. I guess he just give her a bear hug is what they said.
Pretty much. Probably a wolf hug.
A wolf hug? She doesn't know that. Okay. Get some sleep, Bells. Does Edward call her Bells? Or is this just Jacob?
It's just Jacob.
Just Jacob?
No, Edward calls her Bella.
Bells. He's got the nickname going on. That's how you start something though with the girl. You give him like a nickname, whatever. It's a good.
But that's the Chuck
nickname.
Good
Step. That's true.
That's the
Chuck
same nickname
does.
Daddy uses.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good then.
Nah, he's got a weak nickname. He calls her Bella right after that too.
Interesting.
Bells, and then I won't lose you, Bella. Not for this.
So then he leaves, and it's all Bella alone. And she then has a dream, of course, which I think is
again.
If this is what's the word I'm looking for? If this is supposed to be like a diary type situation, she would not say, I quickly became aware that this was not the same dream as usual. That's not what you would say. You would say, this is not the same nightmare as usual. You know what I mean? Like, this is clearly, there's a difference between a dream and a nightmare. So...
Well, you mean a nightmare is more specific than just a dream. A nightmare is still a dream.
Yeah, but it's different. A dream makes it sound like something good. Like something at least decent. Like, there's just something. A nightmare...
I understand where you're getting.
Yeah,
a dream is more general. Yeah. A nightmare is very specifically a bad dream. And then a dream, if it's not a nightmare, it must just be a good dream. There is no name for a good dream.
And if it's a diary, how does she have so much detail from her dreams? Like every night, like so much detail.
Dude, my wife, she tells me about every dream she ever has. And honestly, there's so much detail, I'm just like, she's making it up as she goes along. I don't understand why, but apparently she really likes her dreams. So I can understand, at least, if my wife is not making her dreams up every time she tells me a dream, I guess she remembers a lot of details too. So that might be the case. I don't remember anything at all.
Okay, but she says the leaves above were bright jade green. She doesn't even say the leaves were green. A bright jade green.
You're reading too much, man. This is a book. They have to use bright words, descriptive adjectives.
I'm in a mood today where I just need to critique these chapters for some reason. Like, all right, well, critique away. I don't know why. Buddy. I don't know why. I'm in that mood.
I'm always in that mood. I just tried to keep it calm, not to scare away the actual Twilight fans.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So,
but anyways, her dream's weird. I think I read over it really quick. I didn't even pay attention half the time.
She realizes that she's in a forest, but it's not the same forest as her other dreams are. Smell was different. Apparently she can smell in her dream, which is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so it smelled differently. It wasn't like, I don't know. There was like an ocean. She couldn't see the sky. But the sun was like shining because the leaves were bright jade green. She kind of figures out that this is the La Push forest, the forest around it. Then all of a sudden, Jacob is just there out of nowhere. And she's like, Jacob, what's wrong? And then he's like, run, Bella, you have to run. And so she realizes that she has been here before in a different dream. This was a dream she had the night after I'd walked with Jacob on the beach. So she's having a dream, like a previous dream that she already had, where she's on the beach, like where she found out that Edward was a vampire, just reliving that. Then Jacob drops her hand and yelps, shaking and twitching. He falls to the ground, and in the place of Jacob is a red-brown wolf. A huge red-brown wolf. Like, this is like as obvious as it gets.
In her face. Yeah, in her face right now.
And basically, she wakes up screaming at the top of her lungs.
Why, though? Why would she be screaming at that?
I don't know. She says this wasn't my usual screaming. Like, I buried my head in my pillow and tried to muffle the hysterics that my scream were building into. So, it sounds like these were worse screaming than usual.
It's got to be pretty bad, man. I can imagine a Bella scream. Oh,
man, no, thank you. I just can picture Kristen Stewart just screaming as her eyes blink a million times,
batting away the fear.
She then starts to remember the beach part where her and Jacob were talking, how he was going on about the cold ones. We get like she almost like copied and pasted a part from the first book into this part.
Right.
Like just basically what Jacob's stories were about, like the great grandfather, tribal elder. They were talking about the cold ones, talking about how that wolves can turn into men, and then how they're called werewolves. And they're like, werewolves have enemies? Only one, which we're assuming is the bloodsuckers, the vampires. It's
gotta be.
So
could only be one thing.
She then gasped, werewolf.
Oh. It's like what she did with Edward when she was in the meadow or whatever with him.
Vampire. Vampire. He's all like creepily like standing behind her. Yeah. That was a great movie scene.
Satire alert. That was a great movie scene. This guy over here.
I just can't. I cannot believe that this is already past the part where she's in the forest and like Lawrence shows up, is gonna kill her, and then she proceeds to see like huge wolves, okay, completely ignore her and attack the vampire. And she just doesn't think, like, anything supernatural about this at all.
Right?
Like, she's just, like, these huge wolves, bigger than bears. And she's like, like, whatever, Like,
I guess they didn't see me, even though one was looking at me in the eyes.
She, like, goes on and she says, wasn't one myth enough for anyone? Enough for a lifetime? I just can't believe that she was like, there's something wrong. Like, there's something up with these wolves. Like, there's more to these wolves than, like, they're not just wolves. Like, I can't believe it. If I saw huge wolves, I'd be like, okay, something's up. I don't know. Her common sense is just completely...
Her sense of being common does not exist.
Her common sense is uncommon.
There you go. Her uncommon senses were tingling.
Uncommon sense, yeah.
For sure. That's great, though. I mean, after she finally opens her mind up to the endless possibilities of, science fiction or fantasy life, she'll be like, oh, I wonder if I can find a genie. Or I can find a fairy godmother. And then she'll be like wishing for Edward to come back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I can see her going down the wrong path. I could see her telling Chuck everything. And then Chuck finally gets her the help that she needs and throws her into one of those padded cells and is like, you'll be okay now, Bells. That would be perfect. That would be a great ending. Just chuck her away.
You know what? there would be like these books wouldn't exist if two teenage boys could just handle their freaking secrets and handle their emotions. Like those wouldn't even happen. Like
Just kept it to themselves.
they
Didn't
were
talk to
actually
Bella.
supposed to just keep cool with their secrets. None of this would happen.
Yeah,
That's
if Edward
amazes
didn't
me.
go to school, he would never have done anything.
It's so true.
Oh,
Wow.
so dumb.
Okay,
What a bunch of idiots.
but this did happen, so we gotta keep going. All right.
Yeah. She figures it out. She decides she got to go find Jacob. She's like, I got to go see Jacob now. I want my Jacob and I want him now.
JG, what?
Jacob's. What's the last name?
Jacob Black. I need to touch your chest.
I need to touch your chest. That's a long phone number.
But
anyways.
Charlie is like, hey, it's kind of early. Like, do you really want to go to La Push right now?
Right now.
Doesn't matter. I have to talk to him right now.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, she skips breakfast. Lame. She's up at like, what, 4 or 5?
I don't even
Chuck
know if
was
it-
going to make her breakfast, too.
But Charlie's like, basically the reason why Charlie doesn't want her to go is because there is some wolf stuff going on.
Not again.
Yeah, we got some hikers missing again. We got there's just a lot of issues going on. He just wants Bella to be safe. Does he
So he's
though?
arming the citizens.
Don't know. But anyways, they're there's like a bunch of people getting together and they're gonna go and basically shoot the wolves if they can.
That's it.
Because they need to stop these attacks.
Classic Beauty and the Beast right there.
This is when Bella's like, wait a second. Like these wolves are killing people. Like these people are like these wolves are monsters. Do I even want to be friends with Jacob? Do I even care? Like she's just trying to like argue with herself about this. She's kind of like she is kind of like a little hypocrite a little bit, like what Jacob says a little bit later on, cuz she's like chilling with vampires, you know what I mean? And these vampires, like I know these ones are like vegan and stuff, but like
It's not a good enough excuse.
I don't know. I feel like she's just basically she's judging them before she even knows. Like she's like, ugh, these people are monsters. Like if they're killing people, like I don't know if I want anything to do with them. But she should go and ask like what is going on.
But this is why she's dumb, because she was freaking with the vampire and the werewolves. The werewolves protected her from the vampire. How did she conclude that they're still bad? Isn't it obvious that they're obviously protecting her? I mean,
They could have easily like
they could have split up. Yeah, they could have
Bella.
went 3 after the vampire, 2 after her. And they would have been a happy wolf pack. But no, they went after just the vampire.
Yeah.
She's dumb, dude. She's so dumb.
She even has a moment with Jacob when Jacob like looks at her or whatever, and then like
Right?
the wolf is like,
She's
hey,
like, hey, those eyes look like Jacob's eyes.
they reminded her of Jacob. Yeah, seriously. So basically, she decides, I got to go to La Push, talk to Jacob, and warn him about the shooters. And then she's like, I'm also worried about Charlie if he's going to go into the forest, and he's going to confront these wolves. So she's just trying to figure out what she needs to do.
No, this was Stephanie Meyer's attempt of having an alternate ending. Where she's like, oh, I could make a completely different ending where she actually goes after Chuck rather than Jacob. I don't know what the ending would be, though, but still.
Victoria kills her.
There you go. There you go.
Done. But that's the end of chapter 12. Just, what's going to happen in chapter 13?
Should I stay or should I go?
Do.
Nice transition music. Turn the page when you hear this song. Do.
Oh, Captain. All right. Chapter 13, Killer.
Oh,
But who is the killer?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I always think that they should put question marks, like on the title chapters. So instead of it just being killer, it could be like killer.
Killer? Because she's always trying to figure stuff out. She's like a very bad Nancy Drew detective. She just can't get anywhere.
These chapters are getting bad again. Remember when she
Yep.
actually had okay chapters at one point? I think it was like the beginning
No.
of this book, maybe.
Yep.
Where like they were like,
Yep.
oh, okay, like this is a decent chapter. The last
Yeah,
two
that
have
sounds
been
great.
so bad. Intruder
You're getting
and then Killer.
boring.
She needs to change these titles. There needs to be something else.
Well, it's not the title that's making it bad. It's the content. It's the actual story.
All right. Let's be positive. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Stop being such a pessimist, Bella.
Yeah. Okay. So she arrives at the Black's house. There's no lights in the windows. It's like early in the morning, so probably sleeping. But
Right. But Billy's up anyway.
Billy's up. Come in. What's up? What's up, Bella? What are you doing? We're best friends again. Like
Yeah, right.
didn't just
Not
have
like
last-
that at all.
the last 2 weeks where I just hung up on you and didn't care to talk to you at all. But good morning,
Exactly.
Bella. What's up? Come in.
You're a bad influence on my son.
So he's like, so Bella's like, hey, I need to talk to Jacob. Billy's saying, I bet he's still asleep. He's been out a lot of these days, like out super late, which is kind of like weird that you're okay with your kid, that is 16-year-old kid being out super late at night. I
Right?
don't know. But
Bad parenting.
man, him and Chuck, they just need to get together, dude. Bad parenting.
They don't have the moms around, man. Apparently the mom wears the pants in these families.
That's why they... Yeah, do we ever find out what happens with Jacob's mom?
No. That's completely not... what do you
Maybe
say when
wolves.
it's not there?
Maybe wolves can be like both sexes.
They're
They're like seahorse, or was it like seahorses? Is that the one that can be changed or whatever it is?
Sure. Probably. All kinds of different flounders and frogs.
Oh, frog.
Anyway, yeah, it's Indians and werewolves are not like that, dude. Okay.
I didn't say Indians. I said wolves, dude. I was like,
Yes. Still the Indian you're talking about here.
all right. Anyways,
They're the descendants.
she proceeds to Jacob's room, and
Well, she also warns Billy that Chuck and all the people are out hunting wolves, and he was like,
yeah,
"So."
Billy's
Trying to
like,
hide it.
oh,
Big deal.
okay,
Like that's gonna affect me in any way.
all right. So Jacob still wearing the same black cutoff sweats he'd worn last night.
And no shirt.
No shirt. He's like just I can just imagine this like bed, and he is like, it's like Shaq on a twin size bed. Like I can just
Or it's like-
imagine this.
A massive Harry Potter.
What?
You know where he sleeps under the stairs in like the little closet?
Yeah, but isn't he in a room? Jacob's in a room. He's not like
Jacob's in a room that's as big as his bed, basically.
yeah.
See? That's what I mean. He's like a really big Harry Potter.
Okay.
I
But
wonder how different the story of Harry Potter would be if he wasn't a little wuss.
if he was
Like he was
jacked,
just Yeah, like he was a beast.
Dudley, his cousin Dudley, whatever, he gets jacked in the 5th book. So maybe
Really?
yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even know.
Yeah, anyways, so she's like, okay, I'll let him rest a little bit. Like I'm kind of upset and stuff right now, but he's sleeping and it's so cute. Oh, look at him with his little
Aw.
mouth open.
I just want to touch his rock hard chest.
She probably did, but
Just
she didn't write it in her diary. She didn't write it.
There you
here.
go.
But anyways,
Yeah, she was probably drooling over him.
she says to Billy, like, hey, I'll be down at the beach for a little bit. When he wakes up, just tell him to come find me. And she wonders if Billy will really tell Jacob, which I don't blame her. Billy has been super just flaky and all this stuff the last couple of weeks. I'm surprised she didn't maybe write him a note or something and just leave it on him or something. That way, just to make sure that he does get the
Right.
message or something. But
Backup plan
yeah,
of some sorts. But she didn't do that. But she didn't need to, because
Jacob
wolves
does
have
show
really
up.
good smells. He could smell her a mile away. Or 10.
And apparently she smells super good.
Not again.
So she goes
It's
to
weird
the
though.
beach.
She thought that he was vulnerable when he was sleeping, and she's like, "I want to protect him." I thought that was weird. I was like, that's not. Are you trying to say that you love him or something? Are you trying to say that you feel something for him? Is that what you're trying to say?
She totally feels something. Come on, let's just. How is this not obvious? Like, there's.
Why didn't she just say it though?
Because she's freaking Bells, man.
Freaking Bells. Oh well. Anyway, hi Bella.
Yeah.
Wait.
So she's
Hi Bella.
at the beach. Jacob shows up. And so Billy told me you came by. It didn't take you very long, did it? I knew you could figure it out. She goes on to say, yeah, I remember the story. So Jacob, you got these people, they're gonna come after you with guns. Like, it's out in the open now. Like, she knows that Jacob's a werewolf. Like, there's no that's over. That part is just done and over with. Like, they're gonna set traps, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta protect yourselves. And Jacob's like, like, come on.
We're
Are you
fine.
kidding me? We're totally good.
Look at me. Look at this. You think they can handle this?
Look at this. And this. And
where's the beach, Bella? Oh, it's over there.
oh. Dude.
No, it's not like that.
Roids much? Anyways. So they just says, Bella, no. Like, nothing's gonna happen to us. We're good. She says, could you try, to not be a werewolf? Yeah.
Good answer, Bella. Good suggestion.
Good one. So
Mind blown.
Jacob goes on and say, like, you're such a hypocrite, Bella. There you sit, terrified of me. How is that fair? Basically saying, come on. And then she, like, still kind of, she's still trying to be, like, stupid about the whole vampire thing. Like, yeah, Jacob doesn't know. Because she's like, hypocrite? How does being afraid of a monster make me a hypocrite? It's like, Bella, you know what he's talking about. You know that that he is talking about Edward here.
But he throws it out. Well, I'm so sorry that I can't be the right kind of monster for you, Bella. I guess I'm not just as great as a bloodsucker, am I?
No, you're not. It's not what you are, stupid. It's what you do. So she goes on to say, like, hey, you're killing people.
You're a murderer.
Is it really necessary to kill people, Jacob? And he's like, killing people? What are you talking about? So she says, like, hey, it's okay that you're a wolf. That's fine. But, like, you're killing these innocent people. Like, can you just stop doing this? And then he's like, okay, first off, we're not killers. Like, Sam isn't either. None of the other we're not killers. So she's like, well, then what is killing these people? Like, these hikers and stuff. And, we find out that it is a bloodsucker. We're trying to protect them, but we're always just a little too late. And Jacob's like, we only protect people from one thing, our one enemy. And if we remember from the, previously, we find out, we know that their one enemy is vampires. And Bella's like, wait a second, Laurent is killing these people? Oh, and we find out something pretty juicy here. Find out some pretty juicy details in this chapter.
What could it be?
He says Laurent, like that, what does he say? The exact word?
That nerd in the woods when we found you?
Yeah, he's like, he's dead.
Oh, we ate him.
Yeah, he's gone. Bella can't believe it. Bella can't even believe this. She's in shock finding out that they were able to kill Laurent. Like, dude, he's a vampire. Like, you're just wolves.
You can't touch him. No.
He goes on to say, like, well, it was a group effort. She's like, no, like, I'm not upset at all. Like, he was coming back to kill me and all this stuff. But, like, how? He was a vampire. How did you kill him? He's super strong, And, it's what we're made for, Bells. We're strong, too. Like, huge freaking wolves. Like, I'm pretty sure they've got to be, pretty strong as well, Bella. Come on, people.
Right? Come on. And they're fast. Got 4 legs. They can keep up with a vampire.
And
Maybe.
then something hits Bella. She says, "Wait a second, but more hikers have disappeared again. If Lauren's dead, then who's attacking these people?" And that's when we find out where a little redhead vampire has come into town. Is preying on the weak.
Yeah.
Victoria.
I gasped. She
So-
gasps a lot of names. She gasps vampire. She gasps werewolf. And now she just gasped Victoria.
Um.
Victoria.
So
Can you say Victoria breathing in like she would gasp? Victoria.
So there's more than one reason I'm not supposed to be around you. I wasn't supposed to tell you a secret, for one thing, and the other part was that it's not safe for you. If I get too mad, too upset, you might
I
get
could
hurt.
you. Oh no! Not again.
Puny god. You want to know my secret? I'm always mad.
There you go.
Come on. You're telling me that Stephanie Meyer didn't get this stupid getting mad thing turning into a wolf from the Hulk? Like, really, we're supposed to believe that that had nothing to do with it.
I don't know. Is there anybody else that changes when they get mad? Oh, what's that one story? Jekyll and Hyde? If he gets mad, doesn't he turn into the monster?
I think he has to take a potion to do it.
He took a potion?
I think he has to take a potion every time.
Crap. Okay, maybe that's not it then. Yep.
She goes on
Maybe
to
the
say,
Hulk is the only one.
"You don't need a full moon." And he's like, Hollywood's version doesn't get much right. So we're getting the whole thing where Stephanie Meyer is basically stealing other stories that have already existed, like vampires, like different mythological, whatever you want to call them. And then basically she tweaks them to what, just a little bit, so that way it's not
How it works in her story.
It's not exactly the same. You know what I mean? It's like she's grabbing two different stories, putting them together, and just changing it a little bit, so that way there's no copyright.
I don't think it would be copywritten.
I know, but so yeah, he doesn't need a full moon, just like how Edward, like garlic, doesn't do anything to them, like crosses and that kind of stuff. So a little bit of different stuff going on. So he they talk about Jacob's like getting all this information from Bella at this point that's apparently really useful to the werewolves.
Yeah, they just want to know the whole story. Like, oh, Edward killed James. She was actually the mate, not Laurent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's after me.
They're-
And he's like, this is all really good, Bella. Keep going. We got this. Yeah. So is that why the Cullens left? Is that what happened?
And yeah, of course.
Pretty much. Yep.
You got it right on.
Yeah. Way to go, me.
So
I don't know. There's nothing really else though besides that. He just says, let's go.
yeah,
Then they
Edward
leave.
killed James, mate for mate. And then so this is when Jacob's like, hey, you know what we should do? We should go and talk to Sam and stuff, and just all the information that we can get from you, Bella, would be super useful. He then says like, I'll be right back, like give me a second, and he like goes away for a second. He comes back. We find out that he left to go and turn into a werewolf, and this is where we find out about their ability to communicate in their minds and all this stuff. But the problem with this is you basically can read the other person's all of their thoughts, so they can't really keep secrets from each other while they're werewolves.
All right, so he just let the wolf out of the bag right now.
Nice.
Nah.
So it's kind of like you have like the pros and cons of being in the werewolf state. So like, say you're just like thinking of this girl, you know what I mean? Like that could get awkward. You know, like, whoa, Jacob, like, you're thinking some heavy thoughts there about Bella. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, you know that Sam and them totally know, you know, Jacob's thoughts on Bella, like,
Right.
and you can find out some really weird things. Like, dude, you didn't brush your teeth this morning? You idiot!
You freak!
Whoa, only a C- on your test? Dude, come on. Like,
That's weak. You suck. You're out of the
Weak.
club.
so he goes on to say, like, don't, like, hey, like, you shouldn't be scared. Like, we're gonna protect you and Charlie from Victoria. Like, nothing's gonna happen. That's kind of what Edward and them said, and then she had her femur broken in two, so, and bitten. So I don't know. I think I wouldn't be too, what's the word I'm looking for? Confident in their abilities.
guess.
I don't know.
Right. Sure.
So they're like, Jacob's like, hey, like we should go to talk to Sam and all them. Bella's like, are you sure that will be all right? Like, won't they get mad at you and stuff? And Jacob's like, yeah, they're probably not going to
we're
be
good.
too happy about this.
We're good.
But we find out that Sam is the alpha of the pack. That's why
Big surprise.
That's why, like, he kind of has to go and talk to him, kind of like go through him first about a lot of things. You know, when you got a captain, hey, captain, you know, you got
Oye, Captain.
Oye. You know what I mean? You got to be loyal, and that's what the pack is. They're like, I don't know what's the word. They use a word for it. I can't remember what it was, but like they're a pack. It's like a bond, like stronger than just like what you would typically think. You know what I mean? It's like basically they're like a family at this point.
Yep.
So, you know a ton of things that can help us. It's not like you're just some ignorant human. You're like, I don't know, a spy or something. You're behind enemy lines. So this is Jacob's reasoning to thinking that she'll be okay if she goes and talks to all the other werewolves about the bloodsuckers. She does get mad at Jacob for using that word, though. Like, she's like, don't call them bloodsuckers. Like, you know their name. You know it's Edward, you know. So she's still got this like thing, you know, with vampires, like, hey, show respect. We don't know, like, that could be an interesting thing that happens maybe in book 4, is that it's like werewolves against vampires and Bella has to choose a side. Do you think maybe that's kind of where this goes?
Definitely. The book repeats itself over and over again. Or at least the series will.
Like that's the final thing, like the final book?
Probably. I don't want to be too skeptical, but yeah, probably. Doesn't look like it's pointing any other direction. I mean, the next chapter is family.
Man, she got to work on these titles. They drive off to like that one dirt road where they were where she was learning how to ride a motorcycle, and Jacob says, well, they're here, let's go. So,
who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not funny.
Not funny. Come on, Jacob, you're better than this. So,
Come on.
That's the end of the chapter, and that's the end of our. That's the end of the podcast, basically. That's the 2 chapters. So, I think that's definitely I think that's kind of where it's gonna go in book 4. I think we kind of already know what's gonna happen in this book. It's basically gonna be.
Do we?
It's gonna be an all-out fight against Victoria. It's gotta be.
How is she that strong, though? She can't be that strong.
Maybe she
brought
buddies?
one of her vampire buddies with her. Yeah.
I know she only had James.
You know what she might be doing?
Though.
Maybe she's biting people nonstop. Maybe they're not disappearing because they're getting eaten. Maybe she's creating an army.
What?
Oh, dang. Kind of like an epidemic, you know? Because
How
what
would
if she just...
But how would she get these people to fight for her?
They don't have to fight for her. All they have to do is just start eating a bunch of humans. And then hopefully, with statistics or whatever, eventually just bite someone and not finish them off. And then they turn into a vampire too. I don't know.
But
maybe she's just trying to cause a big old ruckus. Because I don't see how Victoria would get that strong. Just alone. I don't know.
I just think that, like, if you're a person and you get bit and you turn into a vampire, like, you still have your memories from your life. Like, you still remember, like, hey, like, I have a girlfriend or I have a daughter or something, and you're like,
They start eating them.
You really think that you couldn't control yourself around, like, your wife or something? You think that the desire's that strong that you couldn't help yourself?
The way they described it, no. What was his name? James or whatever? Not James. What was the guy that caused this whole problem in the beginning of the book? Like, he smelled Bella get cut a little bit. And
Jasper?
Yeah, there you go. Jasper.
Yeah, but Jasper didn't, like, care that much about Bella. It wasn't like...
well, he cares enough to not be eating people all the time. And he still has to fight it because they describe it as a frenzy. So,
dude,
I don't know.
That's a weird theory, man. You really think that she's making an army?
No, I don't really think it. I'm just, it's an option. I don't know. Because I just don't see Victoria posing that massive of a threat where both the werewolves and the vampires have to, fight her off. I guess maybe Victoria will pull her out. That way it's just Bella and Bella's alone or something.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a James situation where, like, she gets her
I know
alone.
What it's going to be. It's going to be like 2 hours of life compiled into 7 chapters of a book. It's not really going to be that big of an issue, but Stephanie Meyer's is going to milk it for everything.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That might be all it is.
Because the hikers have disappeared, or haven't they found the dead bodies?
No, they said they find the blood. They don't find the bodies. Remember? But what was his name? Lawrence said that he would, like, hide the body anyway. Hide her body. Remember? He said something like that. Like he'd throw it off a cliff.
But, like, if they're turning into vampires, how is there not more and more attacks? Like, I know there's been attacks.
Aren't they ramping up? Yeah, I thought they were ramping up.
Shoot, dude.
See? I don't know.
You might be
It's a theory.
Right.
I could be, but I'm probably not, just because it's probably too good to be true. Because Stephanie Meyer isn't as creative as I am. So
we're gonna get a freaking werewolf versus vampire brawl.
That would be cool. Like 2 armies going at it. But I don't know. You still have to keep going back to the first chapter or whatever it was, where it was like a glimpse into the future of the book, whatever that was.
Oh, that's true too. I forgot about that.
Because we still keep having that clock.
Yeah.
And everybody's outside and Alice is there. So, I don't know.
It's gonna be like those movies and books, like, like in, like, Lord of the Rings and other things, where you find out that there's an army you're going up against, and they're like, so, like, the wolves are like, man, these vampires have a huge army, like, how are we gonna beat them? And then they, like, call out to different tribes. They, like, call out to different Indian tribes and, like, have them join forces. Yeah.
The Alaskans are gonna show up. I hope not.
I think you might be right, dude.
Crap. That's never a good thing.
It's got to be. Well, if that's the case, then if they got to go against Victoria soon, because there's still this whole clock tower thing that's got to happen, and we're already, like,
and the vampires have to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And maybe Edward just doesn't show up this book.
No way.
If it's gonna be werewolves versus Victoria, like, it's just gonna be Jacob this whole book.
For some reason, I still feel like Edward's there, like he's around, up in the trees,
Okay, but he would have come out when Lawrence showed up. Come on.
But he remember the freaking wolves were there? He probably could smell them and see them coming, hear them coming. He was like, oh. He was probably ready to jump down the very last minute. He was just like, come on, come back.
But didn't you say that the werewolves have like come back just now? So like would Edward really know all that information about werewolves then? Like would he know that they don't kill people? Like they only attack bloodsuckers? Like would he really have put that much confidence then in them to kill Laurent and not Bella too?
Sure.
I don't know.
He was there when they first showed up in Forks.
I thought that you said that in the book that there hasn't been werewolves in a while. Like they only came back because the Cullens left.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So when the Cullens first got there, that's when they met the Indians, and that's when they made the pact. Because the Indians, or the werewolves, they understood that these vampires were different. They weren't the same. So they're like, okay, you can stay. We won't hunt you or anything like that. You can stay because you're different.
Oh, and obviously because of that, shoot!
What?
What if that's why they left? Like, what if that's like Alice's? Like, she had a vision that she needed to leave because when they left, the werewolves come back and like only they're allowed it. Like, only they can save Bella. Like, if they couldn't do it, or for instance, like, if they leave, werewolves come back and they can like team up against like Victoria or something like that. You know what I mean?
Become safer.
Like
I can see that.
They could, like, if Bella is in the middle between Jacob and Edward, she can get both of them to basically cooperate this like one time. Like they need the numbers to kill Victoria or something like that. So like this whole thing was like plausible. A plan. Dude, this is so deep.
Stephenie Meyer was creative enough for this, though. I
should have wrote these books, man. I'm coming up with a great story.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's too deep for what's actually going to happen. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to tie back into Edward coming back. And I almost guarantee it. I'm like 98% sure. There's a very small chance that he did actually leave. But he's like always close by, you know?
I think that
I can almost guarantee it.
I think this is going to be something. I think you're right. I think it's going to be something super like it's just so stupid. Like I don't think Stephenie Meyer is going to go crazy with this. I think it's just going to be like basically like Jacob against Victoria or something, and like Victoria's winning, and then like Edward comes back or something.
There you go.
Like it's just going to be something like that.
Or Edward comes back like right after Bella kisses Jacob.
Ooh.
Like right then, like they're kissing, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hi, Bella." She's like,
with her tongue in his mouth,
right? Just retracts back in.
It's not what it looks like.
I swear.
Jacob's like, "Oh, it is definitely what it looks like." Hubba. Do you see my chest against your chest, Edward? Come on.
That's right. Who's got a natural tan? Who's naturally pale?
Take off your shirt. Oh, that's right. You won't. You're gonna glisten like a little white boy.
Your skin's all bedazzled, loser.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us. Next week we'll be doing 14 and 15. Hope to not see you there, but hope you listen to that one as well. Like we said at the beginning, we appreciate you guys being here, you loyal fans, listening in every week. It's super awesome. Keep coming back and keep spreading the word. Leave reviews. Go check out our Facebook page.
Or at least start spreading the word, because a lot of you haven't even started it yet. So
that's true.
Pick it up. Come on.
We're getting like we get Facebook likes here and there, so that's pretty cool on the page. So
yay.
Just go and keep doing that. Remember, I've got Twitter and Instagram. I know I'm not like the best with it. Social media is like the hardest thing for me. I need to do better with it, but
it's also the lamest thing.
It's like really difficult. Like I don't know how people can post things every day. It's really hard, but
I just started doing that on my other Instagram or whatever.
I really appreciate
taking pictures all the time. Yeah. It's hard. It's tough.
I do appreciate those that will send me like a tweet or reply on something. I know one person that that does it a lot, and it's really cool just to see their different messages and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. I think it's gonna do it. Unless Eric, you got something else, boy, oi, Captain.
I'd like to apologize for being so pessimistic and terrible to all the actual lovers of Twilight, and please accept my non-apologies for you sucking so much at life. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Jason.
I'm Eric. That's it?
And I guess.
I guess.
I guess.